Okay, today is September 23rd, 23. Again, today. Okay. Well, outside my client, some neighbor said it was some hitman doing it to her. Okay, nobody's to say a word. Well, after my shift, I went up to Burger King and I got an ice cream cone and a Diet Coke. And I'm sitting out. I got a little bit of time for my second job. Just trying to relax, and sure enough, one of those idiots show up, and I can see the rest of the idiots driving by. She gets on her phone on speaker real loud. We all know it was the police that did it to her before. And then running her mouth, because they have a copy of my phone, they have a copy of everything, they have the link to everything of mine, the drug cartel and the call. That agent sold the FBI case that he created. Who would have given the technology to listen through car speakers or your phone? The only one that would have that technology is the FBI. And I. He sold it to regular people. That's considered espionage. Selling government secrets and information. Okay? Well, if you listen to that one tape about 2 tapes back, where you hear women talking in the back, if you up it louder, you can hear them cackle. And if somebody with a really good government computer, you can raise out my voice and you can listen. Oh, they sold the login to other towns. They could never say a word to her. Will's going to say he was in her home before. And so they get away with it. And then cackle. How big a fool do they think Will is? They already made fun of FBI agent John that they fooled him with her son on the tapes before June 7th, 23. FBI agent John fell for the stunt of tapes before? Oh, come on now. That FBI agent fell for a stunt of tapes before? You're kidding, it was only a stunt. Oh, come on now. You mean John actually fell for it? That FBI agent John actually fell for a stunt of tapes before, then scream out his name and title and cackle. And is that why they got away with it? Because FBI agent John fell for the stunt of tapes before? Ha, 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 ha. Okay, and then, yeah. You do realize I got them. You can hear them cackle and talk in the background. Mocking me. That's what they do. They pull in parking lots, scream stuff across parking lots, walk in stores, say stuff to me and walk off laughing. It's a big terrorist group. Domestic terrorism is a group of people to further their own beliefs, their own ideology. Okay? With religious or political backing, with threats or harm to human life against the U.S. constitutional laws. You know, after my ex-husband, David, admitted to our son, Danny, that he hired Pete on his own. So was a police involved? No. It's Dave's girlfriend's dad, hired as a hitman. And instead of killing me, he framed me, drug, beat, and raped me. He took a hit on my life, him and his daughter. Where in the last 2 weeks in Walmart 62, they come in and say, we all know that Pete and Michelle took the 25 grand. Instead of killing her, they framed her and pulled us. They built a great big human trafficking scam. So how, you know, my friend used to work at the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. It's a fraud scheme. He said where they kicked in your door, they probably did set up button cameras. They probably did Photoshop that shower scene they're all talking about. He said, and where you had bruises you couldn't explain, throwing up, heart racing, dizzy, da-da-da-da-da. He said you had signs of being drugged and beat, actually, and raped. He said, and they probably did drug you up until you say something stupid with a roofie. He said they probably did drug you up with something until you say, or he said they probably did drug you up with something until you say something stupid, as if they could use it against you. It's a fraud scheme. It's the Fourth Amendment over the house. Even the FBI can't be in your home outside to protect a light case with statements. It's a fraud scheme. It's illegal to be in someone's home. That's what Officer Reinhardt in Louisville said. That's what the Portage County Sheriffs and the Ravenna Police, and it was none of their officers in my home. I went to them, and they knew nothing. Why? That would make their police department a terrorist group. Breaking in private homes, stalking people, date rape, drugging them to get false confessions, beating, raping them, human trafficking. That would make them a terrorist group. See, that's where do these people think that everybody's so stupid and they don't realize that it's a fraud scheme. It's actually a sextortion scheme. Taking naked pictures of somebody, photoshopping them, then putting them online and try to extort money. It's sextortion. It's a federal crime. Huh? They should have been nailed to that agent's desk the first day. Like my friend that used to work at the prosecutor's office, they had to pay off that agent big time. They had to pat his pocket really good. For him not to arrest him the first day. And do you realize on a recorded line, they admit they were talking to my rapist and laughing at me for him framing me and drugging me up. See, that agent had told Apostolic Church Barberton he knew I was being drugged, being raped. And he didn't care. He was going on Stranger's Lie, the faking you were seeing, and faking got well, that family is grieving. It's such a bunch of hawk bully. I mean, seriously, I had to work my ass off to get well, and it was 2 months later, and I've been working for 9 months to get well. Getting well in front of everyone, slowly. See, that's where he just made it up for Dave to cheat. I found out a few months, within a month of the case starting, that he was supposed to make it up to the single church women and take him out to make fun of me and date him behind my back. It was a scam Strange and Dave made up so he could cheat in front of those idiots. It's not a house of God. They don't worship God. They worship themselves. They make it up as they go. They hired the drug cartel that was human trafficking to drug, beat, and rape me. Is that a house of God? Is that godly people? You know, after my ex-husband finally told our son Danny and he confessed that he hired Pete on his own, I went to Maslin. Was getting Chinese food during the day. Some investigators were walking around. Said no one could ever say a word to her. Ever. Dave admitted he hired that guy on his own. And they were talking about it. See, the Stark County Sheriffs that work at Faith Family Church Security, they help work here and around the house. I've heard other officers, not only the Maslin Police, I've heard the North Canton Police, Canton officers, FBI informant. He opened a real case with statements. That's where the Canton Police, Lamar Sharp, Amar, Michael Broswell, and the other Michael Canton officers know what officers were assigned to me. They were in the back of CSE Bank. People in CSE Bank would say, Karen's got her own security here. They sat in the back while I worked. Those officers will tell you the worst thing she ever did wrong was bend over improperly, and they only seen the back of her knees. Her whole family spoke highly of her. And some old man was drugging her up before. Dave had hired a hitman. He took the hit on my life. Him and his daughter. Instead, they drugged, beat, and raped. Had me drugged, beat, and raped. And human trafficked under drugs. So I just wake up infected, bruised. Do you know how bad I hurt? I had bruises as big as orange, lemon, and grapefruits. Sick, migraine headaches, throwing up, heart racing. I would put cold cans of pop against my neck. My heart was beating through my neck. I would be throwing up. I'd dizzy, almost passing out in front of people. I lost 18 pounds before I called FBI. Then a severe swollen personal infection until I could hardly pee. I had to go to the doctor several times, pills, creams. It was horrible. That agent should have arrested him the first day and came up and had the nicest conversation with me of, honey, we need to talk. But instead of calling out my rapist name and the other guy giggling, stop, she don't know. And I didn't even know who Pete was. I've still never talked to him. Only know who he is because his picture was on the wall in 1819 and some little white Santa Claus was following me around. And then he was joking around with Ludick in the back. The judge over my divorce case. They're friends. Like Officer Reinhardt said, Portage County couldn't even work a case against you your whole life. The Department of Justice to put him in jail. For conflict of interest. See, when I went to him, they didn't know anything. Why? Because Dave hired his own hitman. He should have been arrested the first day. That's why the cult Lighthouse Tabernacle made fun of FBI agent John, June 7th, 23. Walmart 62. 11 o'clock in the morning. June 7th, 23. 11 o'clock in the morning. Walmart 62. By the front bathroom, tape and audio. FBI agent John fell for the stunt of tapes before. Oh, come on now. That FBI agent actually fell for a stunt of tapes before? You're kidding. It was only a stunt. You mean John actually fell for a stunt of tapes before that FBI agent fell for it? It was only a stunt. Having me sold on the internet, showering, going to the bathroom, having sex with Dave is a stunt. Letting men break in and date rape, drug me, tell me to say stuff. Do you know how bad I hurt having all those bruises all over me? I go to the doctor, I don't know what's wrong with me. I got all these marks on me and I don't know where they came from. Did you fall? No. Maybe you're coming anemic. Give me iron pills for being drunk, being raped. Stuff for headaches, nauseousness, severe personal infection, and iron pills. Really funny, isn't it? They were human trafficking me. They're the godless people. The FBI cares about Amish men's beards, but they don't care that Apostolic Church people human traffic people out of their homes. They sex traffic videos of them online. They drug them up and tell them to say something. Photoshop shower scenes set off hate crimes. They don't care about that. Because they cackled and cackled at John how they fooled him. And Eric, one of the drug dealers, November 18th, 22, Walmart 62, 2 to 6 p.m. All the tapes are for me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it, my idea to say it, my idea to do it. For all these people turn on, they fell for it. Well, if it's only you, I could take care of it. I know it's that bad, and they still fell for it. ID'd as Eric, November 24th, 22, at Mercy Medical, the nurse to the Canton officer. We all heard that Eric made fun of us for falling for this. Nobody better say a word to her again. June 30th, 23, in Muskers Park, men said that he was the life of the party, a real socialite, laughing how he made fools out of all these people with his stunt on the tapes before, and they all fell for it because they're such big fools. When I've never, ever would have thought our FBI, our government, would cower to a cult and a drug cartel, laughing how they fooled them. I thought, SWAT teams, right? They're going to get the bastards. They confessed. They mocked him. They're going to get him. And nothing happens. So I went higher. There's always somebody higher. See, I called the FBI. That agent opened a real case with statements. And real police departments worked the case. That's where in Target, last Sunday, 2 undercover officers followed me. I looked her up. She's an informant. What are these people doing? It's documented. The worst thing she ever did wrong was bend over improperly, and they only made fun of the back of her knees. And it's documented some old man was drugging her up before. Yeah. And also human trafficking me. There's nothing. I just expect them to give me my money, and I need a new name and ID. And the heck out of here. There's nothing to take care of. There's nothing admissible. It's a big fraud scheme. As if the police and the prosecutor's office of my friend that worked there knew it's a fraud scheme. And all the police, or even the Portage County Sheriffs, what these people did is illegal. It's a big fraud scheme. So why didn't that agent pick up on that himself? And he was a hired hitman and arrest him. My brother-in-law died working for our government. And it makes my stomach turn that anybody would use their authority to hurt victims and help the evil ones get away with it. I never would have thought anybody, but you know what? There was on the news a senator was taking payoffs. There was another one on Google where an FBI agent took and stole $225,000 from another case. And if you go on the Department of Justice, there's other corrupt agents. And it's a shame. They are entrusted with our nation's security to keep every U.S. citizen safe and uphold the Constitution. And it's our nation's disgrace. And they make the good ones that don't lay their life down every day to go in and make a difference. They make them look bad. Because people never forget the ones that are actual heroes. They always look back and think of the ones that committed crimes. I'm going to upload this.